Peaceful Sabbath, people. How you doing? Peaceful Sabbath. The topic is a smorgasbord. I can't say the word. Smorgasbord of a lie. As you can see, this is some old information that I got from back in the days. I want to go through it. These are the type of things I learned when I was a biblical baby. This is one of the lessons. Hopefully, y'all will take the time and listen and learn like I learned.
Everyone has favorite foods, and in our day, many of the most cherished dishes are scripturally unclean. But that's Old Testament, many will argue, and they use a few favorite New Testament scriptures which they say prove that today all food is okay to eat. How can we be sure? Are animals and plants different today from what they were in biblical times? Are they all cleansed now? Do these New Testament passages really prove that all food is scripturally clean today? Are other issues also important in this discussion?
So, as you can see, we're going to deal with foods. Very basic topic foods. And with Thanksgiving coming up, a lot of y'all gonna have these foods on your table. I've already seen a bunch of commercials of pig gut, guts called what they call them
They showing them commercials already.
chitlins. Pay attention to the conversation and don't be eating no chitlins.
I'ma tell you like this. I don't celebrate no pagan holidays, but if y'all cook and y'all bring it around me, I'm gonna eat it. I don't even mess with pig like that. But certain stuff that you bring around me, like chitlins, I'm gonna eat it. Ribs, I'm gonna eat it. Crabs, I'm gonna eat it. Shrimps, I'm gonna eat it. Don't bring it around me.
I'm gonna tell you, get to you know what out my
Yeah,
face.
I ain't gonna say it, even though I know I ain't got no business eating it, yo. Everybody got their weaknesses, man. And it's just certain foods is my weaknesses.
All right, we're gonna move on this because then later on we can do the glutton thing. It showed that people are glutton for these foods and certain things. I've never been a glutton. I smoke weed. I done drunk. I done did all kind of so-called worldly things, but I've never been addicted to nothing. Even women, as much as I never been addicted to them like that. Told me they killed my child. I said, I'm done with all you women. But let's go with the list.
The argument of the no law teachers is that everything that moves is fit for food. Do we accept on our dinner table a plate of roasted rat, caterpillar, chopped snake, or
Oh
laying?
my God.
Are these fit for food? Before discovering the truth, few of us realized that life is governed by certain laws, just as the sun, moon, and stars above are governed by the laws of nature. Man cannot escape the law of the Creator. Man's every act is governed for the good or the ill of man, according to his daily response to the law of the Creator that was made for man's benefit. All of the ancient worthies knew and kept the law of God the Father that was given to you by Jesus. Yes, Jesus. He is the God of the Old and New Testament. It was Jesus that spoke unto Moses regarding all of the laws, including the Ten Commandments and the dietary laws. 1 Cor.10:1 minus 4 V.1 Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, V.2 and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, V.3 and did all eat the same spiritual meat, V.4 and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
So they had a spiritual rock following them, and it just stated by a New Testament writer that that rock that was following them was Christ. See, truthfully, Israelites have always been Christians because they always follow Christ. Simple terminology, but it blows people's mind if you say it because they hate Christians. The terminology was given to them because it was a hateful terminology. Oh, y'all follow that Christ, y'all Christian. That's all it means. But you get your ignorant people out here that like to teach other ignorant people lies, and that's how you get false doctrine.
It was Christ that led the children of Israel through the wilderness for 40 years. Man has never dealt with the one that became known as the Father, never. You have never seen the Father or heard his voice. John 5:37, and the Father himself, which hath sent me, hath borne witness of me. Ye have neither heard his voice at any time, nor seen his shape. It has always been Jesus, even when he was called by the name Jehovah in the Old Testament.
Oh, see, you can teach the same thing that you want to do a whole lesson on in a lesson. It's simple statements. The rock that followed them was Christ, and no one has ever seen or heard the Father. So learn who the God of the Old Testament is. If you have any questions, sister, you can stop the show at any time and ask your question.
No questions yet.
The beginning. We read in the first book of the Bible, Gen.1:26-28, v.26, and God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. V.27 So God created man in his own image, in the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. V.28 And God blessed them, and God said unto them, Be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. Here we find out that although man was given authority and dominion over God's creation, he doesn't command man to eat all things. Clearly, there are poisonous herbs and fruit trees harmful to man, but God said there are also herbs and fruit trees fit for food. At the creation, God didn't give man the flesh of animals to eat.
So we know this is brothers that in whatever community or whatever, they be out here and they think they're Dr. Sabies, females too. And then they try to tell idiots that never read the Bible that the first diet was fruits and berries. Anybody that ever read the Bible should know that. But they make millions, probably not millions, but they make thousands of dollars going on shows talking about herbs and this and that and non-flesh and everything else. It's nothing but a scam. Now we're going to get into the dietary law. See, most people don't know that you got civil laws, dietary laws, all kind of laws for everything. Sanctuary laws of sacrifice and different stuff. But people just say the law of Moses. Number one, they were never Moses' law until God gave it to them. And because y'all ignorant, y'all fail to realize who gave Moses the law. The rock that followed them gave Moses the law. So they're his laws that he passed down to Moses.
I think people don't know the difference because it's a lot of laws.
They've never been told the difference. Once you get
They
into
ain't because it's a lot of laws, and I ain't saying you ain't got to abide by them laws, But it's them commandments is the ones that y'all need to be looking out for, because he said that. He said the ones that follow his commandments.
Right. But see, it's all type of terms to deal with laws, statutes, commandments, and everything, because the nation of Israel, or the God of Israel, is the King of Israel. It's laws, statutes, and commandments. It's everything. You got traffic laws and you got laws for murder. You not finna go to traffic court to deal with a murder case, because they're different things. You're not finna go
That's
deal
criminal.
you're not finna go deal with God laws the same way. You sitting up committing adultery, you can get killed on sight. On sight, you can get killed. Other laws, you might have to go to some priest or this or that, or have it go. It's different laws and different things. And God do have a dietary law. What animals you should eat, what animals you shouldn't eat. Because he's the head physician of mankind. Man got a problem because they eating or doing something, or they touching something or whatever. Your doctor is Jesus, and he gonna tell you, don't eat that no more. Don't do that no more. Don't do that, and you'll be all right. But when you say F Jesus, you just wrote yourself a death wish.
Clean animals preserved for food. Just before the flood, God directed Noah to build an ark to preserve the different kinds of animals according to species. Noah was instructed to take 7 pairs of all clean beasts and 2 pairs of the unclean. GEN:7:1-2 V.1. And the Lord said unto Noah, Come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation. V.2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by 2, the male and his female.
Now, I've been talking to old European women and some black people, but when it come down to it, nobody knows the story truly, because the story of the world is 2 by 2. They'll never tell the 7 by 7. You ever heard 7 by 7?
No.
Them the clean animals. It was 14 clean animals, and there was 4 unclean animals. It's time to eat. Go grab one of them clean animals. We gonna kill it. And they had to eat. So if you only had 2 by 2, once you kill the male, one of the males, then he got to sleep with both of the females to create babies. You kill one of the female, both of the males got to go in on the female to create babies. Nobody ever talks about that.
This nigga is crazy, yo.
When they
You
lie,
gotta always use sex, man. What the fuck?
I mean, that's how you reproduce. What you want me to talk about? What you want me to
It's
talk
real.
about?
It's just the way you be fucking drawing a picture, like talking about some both of the damn hogs go in on the female hog. Yo, something wrong with you, yo.
It's true. If you kill a male, then one male and 2 females. Kill a female, you got 2 males and 1 female. In intercourse, we know the males going to the females. That's how sex. But when you got 7 of the males and females, you can kill a couple of them and eat them. That's how you know they was eating clean food back in the day, and the Lord God of Israel was setting up the dietary law in Genesis 7. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I talk about things in plain language.
The Lord had couple of reasons for preserving more clean beasts than unclean for use after the flood. One reason is that Noah would offer some of the clean beasts as sacrifices to the Lord, and maybe most vegetation was destroyed by the flood. The Lord gave certain animal flesh for man's food. After the flood, God said in Gen:9:2-4 and the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. V.3 Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. V.4 But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. The difference between clean and unclean animals were given before the flood. So much for those that say, the law of Moses. Gen:7:2-3 V.2 Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female. V.3 Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth.
So you ain't even got to go to the law of Moses. They be talking about circumcision. That's an Abrahamic covenant or law. It's not a Mosaic law. God gave it to Abraham. He didn't give it to Moses. Moses heard about it, and yes, he told you that's the law of God, and you need to keep it. So stop the law of Moses thing, you lying ass liars. You confusing people.
Clean food laws binding. The difference between clean and unclean animals which were given before the flood, Gen:7:2-3, were later written down by Moses as a part of the covenant. About 1,000 years after the flood, when the children of Israel were released from the bondage of Egypt, they received from the Lord through his servant Moses. These are not the laws of Moses. The commandments, statutes, and judgments which include the dietary law. In Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14 we find itemized and differentiated the clean and unclean beasts of the air, land, and sea. The law of diet was given for two reasons. First, because Israel was to be a chosen people, a peculiar treasure and a kingdom of priests unto him above all peoples. EX:19:5-6. DEUT:14:2. This relationship can only exist if the people involved are clean as they come before God. Second, all of God's laws, including the dietary laws, were given as a blessing for Israel.
So I understand if you are
Okay, so I want to ask you to do something. Can you pull up the because it's a chart, right? Where they show you all the clean foods and all the unclean foods, all the unclean animals and all the clean animals. Can you pull it up? You know what? If you don't find it, that's fine. My point is, you heard what this thing just said. This is how you can identify the enemy right here. Now, who was promoting and pushing meats? Pork, rat, raccoon. We got all the meats over here. No, I'm serious. And I'm not even trying to, I'm just trying to get y'all to see. Satan is the opposite of God. Now, why would you be sitting up here promoting and telling people to eat rats and gators and all that crazy shit? You promoting and pushing and telling them to eat the unclean meats and it's kind of funny because I can laugh at it because I already know he working for the enemy. I already know. I already know this. The rest of y'all don't. Y'all the ones being deceived. I've been peak game. But just always know how to recognize the enemy. He gonna always say the opposite of what God say. If God say don't eat that, the enemy gonna come up here and tell you to eat all of it and enjoy it, all the meats. Well, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I didn't even think of Speaking on that, so here go a little picture of it right quick. Let me get a quick little picture. Clean and unclean. Clean food, unclean food. Well, you know the chicken, he's unclean. On this list, he's clean. Oh, y'all can't see it because it didn't show it on the screen. But you can see it. It's easy to find out what it is if you do a search on the internet. It's telling you what's clean and unclean. See that?
But it
Zero.
does though. It does. It's a big chart. That's why I asked them to pull it up because it's a chart. It tells you what animals to eat and what's clean and what's unclean.
And you Negroes love sea roaches. White folks love sea roaches.
Why you call them jank sea roaches? You stupid as fuck.
What they are, they sea roaches.
But he right though. I hate to say it. I didn't realize it. But they is. That's exactly what they look like. They look like sea roaches.
But it be the truth. It be the truth. That's why I can call people mothers whores and different because you do.
That's why them things be the best thing. Why crab tastes so good, but God tell you not to eat it? Man, but that junk tastes so doggone good. It's like, why would you deny me of tasting that?
It's a word. It's called temptation. You don't want nothing that ain't
It goes back to what I was saying about temptations, about people advertising eating all the meats. Temptation, trying to tempt you to do the opposite and eat that unclean meat of what God told you to do.
Yeah, I had to sit down and think the other day to myself. I said, man, the Lord done bless you to buy food and stuff, and you cook food in your house, but you go out and eat. You probably need to stop going to eat at these restaurants and
You didn't got lazy. You got comfortable doing that before you start doing it. That's all that is.
Yeah.
You used to cook all the goddamn time, even though it was just beans and rice all the goddamn cornbread.
When I went to the doctor, they said that starchy stuff, boy, all it's doing is.
I told you to slow down with that shit, man. Every day, Israel eating beans, eating rice, eating cornbread. I'm like, nigga, you gonna be big. That's why I keep That's that soul food. That's that food that, man, when summertime comes, Israel's stomach gonna pop out like somebody done got his eggs fucking pregnant throughout the fucking winter.
Yeah. Gotta learn what's what so you can deal with it in the proper way. That's
But
why
I can honestly say that he was smart though, because the food that he was eating is filling and it's cheap.
Well, it's restaurant food. The number one thing they cook.
No, I'm talking about with the beans and the rice and the cornbread. That stuff is cheap.
When I go to the restaurant. See, the restaurant people fix the unclean foods, and when they fry stuff in that grease, really you taking in pig, and you don't realize it until you realize it. Like, no wonder these fries taste so damn good. Because you ain't eating pork, but it's pork in it because it's pork in the grease. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, if they don't change that grease up. And I don't know them doing that too often. They only do that with seafood for the most part because people got seafood allergies. So
yeah, so I'm sitting
I
down.
know for a fact they use different oils with seafood.
I was sitting eating in the restaurant the other day, and I was like, I'm just realizing I'm sitting in here just eating pork. Like, I want to curl my ass.
That chicken sandwich got some pork oil on it. Uh-huh. Them French fries got pork oil on it.
Now
Uh-huh.
I always knew this, but see, it's different type of people that know the truth. See, I know the truth, but if you don't tell me that you back there cooking, and I'm not really thinking about it. But like I said, I was sitting my ass down eating, and I started thinking. I said, "These goddamn fries, this shit tastes good." I said, "I'm sitting up here eating pork and don't realize." And when it hit me, then I think.
I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Pork does have the best taste. It's like I said, it always be them foods that got that kick to it that tastes very, very good. It's that unclean food. Because I remember a long time ago when I was in my early 20s, I said, can't nobody tell me not to eat pork. I was raised on pork. I thought people that didn't eat pork was weird. I was like, what the heck is wrong with them? Now, I'm raised in a house with Jehovah's Witnesses, but she eating pork.
Yeah. And the first thing people tell you, soon you tell them you don't eat pork, nigga, you was raised on pork.
Yeah, and I was raised off of pork, but I was raised in a religious household.
My father loved the pork chop. He'll go to the stove, get one of them, come home and fry his ass up.
I'm talking about pork, chitlins, ham hocks, all that stuff. My family was basically raised on a farm. My great grandmother and them, they family. So they gutted the pigs and did all that shit.
You was from the ruler to the tutor in your house.
Man, they used to do all type. Hey, Israel, I will walk home from school and come home, and it'll be a goddamn look like a damn skint cat in the motherfucking sink. You know what that was, right?
Nah, what was that?
That was coon. My granddaddy had this infatuation with coon, and it'll look like a dead skint cat inside of the sink. And I ain't never eat that shit, yo.
It looked like a dog more than a cat.
Huh?
It looked like a dog more than a cat.
It looked like a skint animal. Damn it.
Yeah, because my brother was.
But you're right. It does look more like a dog, but to me, it looked like a skint cat as a child. And yes, they got down like that because they was from the South. So my granddaddy was the type that eat coon and squirrels and shit like the fuck.
Yes, squirrel good. I used to eat that shit too. My dad. You got some of them squirrels, man. Let's eat these.
Never had that shit before in my life. Never. But yeah, I was raised in a household where my grandmama was cleaning the guts of the chitlins. That's how I learned how to clean chitlins. Making what was that? What's that shit? That I can't remember what that is, but my grandmama used to take all the different portions and chop them all down. Yeah, they used to be in there making that shit too. Pig ears, oh my god.
Yeah, that shit was good when you was in. Man, I used to
pig feet, all that. I was raised up off of all that, man.
Now, it was certain parts of that pig that I ain't messed with.
Me neither. Shoot, especially when my granddad used to make pig ears. I'd be like, I ain't fucking with that shit. That shit ain't nothing but some gristle. I ain't fucking with no damn pig ears.
Them hog nuts. What's that in there? What is that? Oh no, I don't want to eat your shit no more. Did I ask? I said, "What you cooking this morning, Daddy?" Shit, you don't want none of that, do you?
I know I didn't fuck with no goddamn coon when my granddaddy would do it. I mean, he would be so happy behind that coon. I never understood what was so special as a child with that what was behind that coon.
But that it's wild beast taste in wild beast.
I don't know what it was. But he celebrated that. He celebrated that. That was like a rare occasion. And then we was living in Chicago, so I think it was kind of hard to come across coon because we wasn't in the South. We was in the North. So when he was to run across one, man, that was like it was like something very, very special to him. Very.
That's like me.
And no,
I eat deer.
eat that.
A lot of people don't eat deer though. Deer is good to eat. It's called vetis and stuff.
I've had some before. It's not bad.
Deer got that wild beast taste to it though. It's all about how you drain the blood
but
out.
Wait a minute, can't you eat deer though? Huh? A deer ain't no clean.
Yeah, you can eat deer. Like I said, Jacob ate deer. It's called vetis.
Yeah, I thought you could. You can eat lamb. That's a clean animal. You can eat lamb.
Yeah, that's why the Lord did it. He said, don't eat them 2 by 2 over there. You see them over there, them 7 by 7. Go over there and get some food if you want to eat. But people don't know this stuff and they totally ignorant to it because they'll say the law of Moses and this and that, never letting you know that the Lord separated what was good to eat and good not to eat even before Moses.
Yeah, these two people that went too far on the food chain with some of y'all stuff that y'all be eating. That's ridiculous. Some of the stuff they be serving.
Yeah, because I used
to y'all going too far on the food chain for real. Because I be like, what the?
When I was sitting there one morning and some guy came there, he said, you got some pig brain. And I was like, what the fuck?
What?
And so he
what about cow tongue? Has anybody else heard of cow tongue?
Yeah, he went to the chef and there was a little can up there, had pig brains in it. He got it.
Fuck up.
I was like, damn, they canning up pig brains.
But I guess they can say the same thing about chillers, but god damn, y'all eating the brains of the pig. The fuck? I know I heard of cow tongue, but I thought I've heard of it. I've never seen it. I don't know if it was true or not. I thought folks was just messing with me when I was a child.
Help me out, please. Help me out. What is oxtail?
Oh, I love that shit now.
What is oxtail though?
It's an ox. It's the tail of an ox.
What is an ox? What is an ox? A cow? Or what?
An ox is an ox. No, a cow is a cow and an ox is an ox. You got to pull up a picture of an ox.
We're gonna do that now.
An ox look like a because I was just about to say something about one of them damn things. Y'all eating dang it, it slipped my mind. Israel was talking about deer. Buffalo. Oh yeah, buffaloes. That's what I was about to say.
Tail come from what? Talking to the computer.
It comes from an ox.
It said it come from a cow. Or
it said come from a cow.
I'm gonna have it read it and I'm gonna put it on the screen. Yeah, because it didn't bother me for years what it is.
I thought that was oxtails come from an ox.
Oxtails come from the tail of a cow or other cattle. The term oxtail used to refer only to the tail of an ox, but today it can refer to the tail of any cattle.
Any cattle.
Oh, wow. So it was a damn. I thought it was a dang on ox. Shit, that motherfucker don't taste like no damn cow.
So, when I first heard it, I used to get smart and I said, what y'all eating, ox ass?
You is a stupid motherfucker, y'all.
Ain't the tail by the ass? The tail
by the ass. Stupid, man.
So I was like, oh, y'all eating ox ass? That's how my mind works.
Man, if I was his mama, I could see me sending him to his room a lot of times, coming to me asking me 1,001 crazy questions. I'd be like,
my mama,
Carl, go to your room. Just go to your room.
Remember, my mom was up in Chicago and I was in Arkansas. She wanted around for me to ask some stupid ass questions. I already knew not to do
She
that.
said she wasn't around for you to ask her them stupid ass questions.
No, and if she was, I wouldn't have asked her.
Because you
Woo.
know what her response would have been. I
Hell
think I
yeah.
was being polite and nice when I said, go to your room.
My mama don't talk about going in no room. She gonna go upside your head. Bow, bow. What the fuck? I must have fucked up and asked her the wrong thing. She gonna put some hands on it, or some shoes or belt, whatever she can get her hands on. You know how a black mother will tell you. Woo.
Well, I tell you one thing, she wasn't around long enough to get on you because, shoot, you needed that tough love. You did.
Yeah, she won.
More often. More often.
She won. Oh, that's the reason she didn't though. Cause if I'd have been more disciplined, I'd be messing the world up. She used to say she was a high school dropout. She said, if I'd have graduated, boy, I'd have been the president. And she was that intelligent. I realized my father was more intelligent than what he led on. He said something one day. He talked about crowning, a baby crowning when they come out the womb, when they open up the vagina. Said baby crowning. And other people didn't catch on to it, and I really didn't catch on to it. I said, "You sound stupid than a mom." Really myself. Then I was listening and paying attention to birth stuff. Then I heard the doctors and the pediatricians and different people use the word crowd. I saw my daddy one lie.
He knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, I was ignorant as fuck at that time.
There's a lot of stuff that sound crazy that comes out of our parents' mouth that we don't know what the hell they talking about.
But hey, back to the lesson.
What did Jesus say? When the Messiah came, he gave a better, more spiritual understanding of many laws from the ancient scriptures. Many people believe that God in the flesh, Jesus, repealed the laws of clean foods, or that after our Savior was impaled on the tree to die for the sins of the world, all animals, fishes, and creeping things were cleansed for human food. What did Jesus really say?
He was talking about washing hands.
Hand washing hocus pocus. In Matthew 15 we read that the scribes and Pharisees tried to make an argument when they had seen the disciples eat bread without first washing their hands in a certain way. Pharisees didn't eat bread unless they washed their hands first, holding to their traditional beliefs. The no-law preachers are quick to quote part of Jesus' answer from Matt.15:11. Not that which goeth into the mouth defileth a man, but that which cometh out of the mouth, this defileth a man. They contend that this verse allows us to eat all things. These scriptures at first glance seem to support the no-law preachers in this presumption, but if we read verses 12 through 20, their argument evaporates and the light of the words of Jesus shines through to those that have eyes to see.
Eyes and ears to hear. So let's see what or hear what Jesus said.
Matt.12-20 Then came his disciples, and said unto him, Knowest thou that the Pharisees were offended after they heard this saying? V.13 But he answered and said, Every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up. V.14 Let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. V.15 Then answered Peter and said unto him, Declare unto us this parable. V.16 And Jesus said, Are ye also yet without understanding? V.17 Do not ye yet understand, that whatsoever entereth in at the mouth goeth into the belly, and is cast out into the draught? V.18 But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart, and they defile the man. V.19 For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornications, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. V.20 These are the things which defile a man, but to eat with unwashen hands defileth not a man.
You see how Jesus hit him with parables? He would tell you the truth and tell you what you need to know, but he put it into a way you should understand it. And if you don't understand it, he like, I'm not going to explain it to you. You don't understand it. Well, I told you the best way I
That's
could.
not true now. If you
Huh?
really want to understand, I said that's not true now, because if you really want to understand it, that's what the Holy Spirit is for.
Yeah, but when Jesus initially said to you, he said to you in the way that you be like, what the way he just say?
That's true. That's why that, like, the way that what you just said, the way he taught and the way the Bible is written, because that used to frustrate me too. Because I'd be like, just say exactly what you mean. I still do that to this day when I go to read the Bible. I get frustrated and I'd be like, why I just can't say what it means?
Because
It's saying what it means, but it's saying it like how he just said it. It's not saying it in direct.
no, he's speaking in parable. He
That's
said
frustrating. That's
it,
frustrating.
and he did it to the people back there because they was people of the earth. They knew about fishing. When he said you're a fisherman of man and you go out, they were fishermen. They knew exactly what fishing was and how you gotta cast the this and that, the net or whatever it is to catch the fish. They knew all about fishing. So he told them in a way they should be able to relate. That's why you would catch me. I be talking about drugs and this. I'm like, y'all niggas from the street. Y'all should be able to relate to what I'm saying. If you don't give it to them where it can relate to them, they not gonna get it.
The point Jesus is making is that the inner attitude of the individual will determine his actions. He then goes on to show that evil thoughts generate evil deeds, which identify those thoughts as the root of all problems.
So, people, all you got an old nasty ass mouth call, this and that. Well, my actions speak louder than my words. That's why a lot of people don't know me. Some know me because they've been around me enough to see, like, nah, that nigga be playing hard. That nigga soft as whatever, cotton candy or whatever. And if you knew the type of person I was, you would treat me different because I would treat you different. But assholes like to lie on me and do stuff and try to harm me. I had so-called black people come over here because I was talking to the European people. They like, you kissing their ass. Nah, it's my people that do me more harm than the European. As Pac said, it's my own kind doing all the killing here.
That me and you both can agree upon. I don't know why they want you to be nasty to the opposite color when the ones you need to be nasty to is your own color, because they the ones that's been doing the worst to each other, and then want to tell you, well, don't talk about what we doing because that's in-house. See, that's that pedophilia shit too. That's that pedophilia shit. No, it is. That's that uncle that you got in the family that you know that's touching and fucking doing shit and violating the underage children, but ain't nobody in the family supposed to ever discuss it and act like it's not happening. Got me fucked up. I'm snitching. I'm throwing his ass underneath the goddamn bus.
Uncle about to get his ass whooped.
Got me fucked up. That's dysfunctional, man, and that's the way the black community think. And no, I'm not with that. That's why I ain't with nothing that's labeled as black anything, because of the simple fact y'all need to get it together before y'all can even try to create some type of group talking about black anything.
What you down with?
What happened?
What you down with Kamala Harris, the black president?
Hell no. Just the mere fact that they were screaming that black shit. And then what made it even worse is this bitch come and bring out pedophiles. You just made it clear that you down with the Diddy party. And then you expose everybody that is with the Diddy party. And then you want somebody to vote that? Like, this is the stuff that the black people do in the community. That's why I said I feel like it was up to the people decisions of what y'all wanted. Like, if that's the type of behavior y'all wanted, if the majority rule, hey, that just shows you how fucked up the world is. But it just goes to show that a lot of people got woke. That's why didn't nobody vote for that, because people was getting tired of that crap.
Listen,
just like Israel Doctor said, people getting tired of getting rocked to sleep.
She did some fucked up shit. She would have grabbed TD Jackson.
She shouldn't have grabbed nobody. She should have kept it professional. You don't see Donald Trump over there. You didn't see Donald Trump over there grabbing nobody. Woo. That's what she should have did. She should have kept it professional. But she thought she was going to hide behind the fact that she was a woman. And she thought she was going to hide behind the fact that she was black. Even though she's not. Well, whatever. That shit wasn't going to work on me.
I put that shit up on my Facebook. I'm not with her, boy. Them niggas swamped that damn.
I'm put it to you like this. That's just like me voting for Leak-U to be president. Have you lost your goddamn mind? You just basically let it be known that you down with the pedophile and shit. You okay with all that damn behavior. That's just like me voting for Leak-U and saying I'm okay with her being president. No, bitch.
We got to get back to the Bible. Profanity's coming out of our house.
Oh. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm going to try to say this without using profanity.
Provides a few more words which, in some...
You got
it. All I was saying was, I'm going to try to say this without profanity. When a person show you who they are, you best believe it. And she showed us who she were, really, truly. We knew about the stories and heard about the stuff. But when you advertised it, see, that's when she lost all her votes. That's why I said they had a big chance of winning. But when she started going a little bit too far, it was like, for those who was on your side, they sure turned on you at the last minute because they saw that.
All right, we through with it?
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the note.
The same story told in the 7th chapter of Mark 7 provides a few more words which, in some translations, have caused still more misunderstanding. Mark 7:19, because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the draught, purging all meats. The last 3 words do not mean that at that moment Jesus, through his words, cleansed all unclean foods. His reference meant that waste food simply was carried off by the digestive tract. The Syriac translation reads more clearly, carrying off all that is eaten. The parable has nothing to do with cleansing unclean foods. Unclean animals continue to eat garbage and carrion. Carnivores continue to eat flesh. Jesus' reference to bodily waste elimination is meant to show that we must not dwell upon nor retain unsavory and unwholesome thoughts. Bad thoughts are a breeding ground for the inevitable evil deed and must be flushed out. Cleansing all meats clearly means to purge all food from the stomach out into the sewer. The issue was centered on the traditional and outward ritual cleansing, which made the Pharisees appear to be holy. But Jesus wants us to have complete change of mind and heart, not of the outward appearance. Jesus admonishes them. Matt 23:25-28, v.25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess. v.26. Thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, that the outside of them may be clean also. v.27. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites. For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones, and of all uncleanness. V.28 Even so ye also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisy and iniquity.
Appear appearance, put on clothes, dress up and everything, look good, smoke, speak good with good diction and everything, sound like they done had a prick put up their butts and stuff. Oh Lord. Just telling too much about the enemies. A little bit more to go.
The point concerned washing hands, not the eating of unclean meats, which no real Israelite of that day would have done, nor would any real Christian, follower of Christ, do this day. Gentiles cleansed. And as long as we are on the subject, we might as well touch on another argument of the no-law advocates. It is based upon Acts 10:9 minus 19:28 v.9 On the morrow, as they went on their journey, and drew nigh unto the city, Peter went up upon the housetop to pray about the 6th hour v.10 And he became very hungry, and would have eaten. But while they made ready, he fell into a trance. V.11 And saw heaven opened, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, and let down to the earth. V.12 Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. V.13 And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill, and eat. V.14 But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean. V.15 And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common. V.16 This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. V.17 Now while Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house, and stood before the gate. V.18 And called, and asked whether Simon, which was surnamed Peter, were lodged there. V.19 While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek thee.
3 men seek thee. You know who was speaking to him? It said a spirit. Do you know what spirit that was talking? Still there, sister? I don't know if she's still there or not, so we're gonna keep it moving. She fell off.
From this passage many people assume that Peter's vision permitted him to eat all four-footed beasts, fowl, and creeping things, whether they were clean or not. The vision of Peter occurred about 10 years after the death and resurrection of the Messiah, and Peter had still never eaten anything common or unclean. The vision of Peter was not pertaining to the eating of unclean beasts, fowls, and all creeping things, but it revealed to the apostle in his vision the acceptance of other nations or Gentiles into true worship. The declaration of the apostle Peter himself in Acts 10:28 makes this clear. And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company, or come unto one of another nation. But God hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean. The message was that Gentiles were to be accepted into the assembly and could become spiritual Israelites and serve the God of Israel, which is Jesus. So the dietary law of God was good before and after the flood and is still good even until this day. HEB.13:8 Jesus Christ the same yesterday, and today, and forever.
Woo! That's gonna hurt a bunch of Hebrew Israelites down. The Gentiles can get what? That's a damn lie. The Bible's nothing but a damn lie. My lying ass preacher says this.
1 Cor.3:16 minus 17 v.16 Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? v.17 If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are. God had the apostle Paul to warn you that ye are the temple of God, and he that defiles his temple, his body God would destroy. Let's take a quick look at one of the ways that you can defile your temple. Love 1:1 minus 2 44 v.1 And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, v.2 Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. They went on to name the beast that could and could not be eaten, but here's the point. v.44 For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify, separate yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So the scriptures just showed you that what you eat can defile you and make you not only unclean but unholy. And he that defiles his temple will God destroy. I believe and therefore have I spoken. Always remember that there is peace in Jesus. May the Lord God give skill and understanding to all who truly seek the truth. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. We out, y'all. That's the show. You like it, sister?
Yeah, it was good.
You gonna eat them pig intestines?
Like I said, don't bring it around me.
I'm just being an asshole. You gonna do what
I
you do.
know.
All right. Peace.